Hi, my name is Anna and I'm a parent of a couple of young kids at Kadina Memorial School. I've been asked by a few of the teachers to have a quick chat to you guys about the importance of reading to young children from a very early age. I'm actually only speaking from my own personal experience here and also from a parent's perspective. But research also does show that as a parent, there are lots of little things we can do before our kids start school to help them to learn to read. Now, whilst you guys are only in year 10 and parenthood might seem a long way off for some of you, this is actually the age that I learnt this really useful information. It is something that stuck with me for a long time and it came back when I became a parent later in life. So hopefully the information that we'll give you today will stay with you, and when you enter the wonderful world of parenthood later in your life, it'll come back to you too, as it did with me. Because I certainly feel that this information has certainly changed my children's lives for the better. And whilst we didn't actually sit down and teach our kids to read before they started school, when I look back on their early years, there's lots of little things that we did as a family that have helped them to pick up reading relatively easily. And once they started school, they took to books and they just absolutely loved it. And both of them are now really proficient readers. One of them is in year 1 and one is in year 3, and they absolutely love to read. Books are a big part of their life, and reading is something that they really enjoy. And it's certainly a lot more than I ever did as a kid. Do they love reading? So it's really great as a parent to see that. As I said before, I was very fortunate before I had kids to hear Mem Fox, who is a famous Australian children's author, talking about the importance of reading to kids from an early age. And I clearly remember her saying that it was never too early to start reading to your kids, and that you should start reading to them from the moment they were born, or even earlier if you like. She suggested to read them a story a day whilst they were in your tummy. And the key messages that she kept saying in this interview that I saw is a message that I still remember today, and that is that reading aloud to your children will change their lives forever. It is a powerful message, but I certainly think it is true. Giving kids the joy and love of reading and also the skill of being able to read certainly puts them in good stead for their schooling, but also in life. So fast forward a few years, and when I became pregnant with my very first child, Mem Fox's words came back to me. And in the later stages of my pregnancy, I'd actually sit down and read books to my kids while they were in my tummy. It does sound kind of weird, but it was actually a really lovely time, and it didn't take too long out of the day. And it's something that I became used to doing, and I really enjoyed. And so from then on, from the day they were born, reading to our kids was something that we did every day, even if it was just 10 minutes. And to this day, we still spend at least 10 minutes a day reading to our kids. And as they grow up, we share reading time with them reading to us and us reading to them. And it is such a special time in our family, and it's something that the kids look forward to, but both myself and my husband look forward to it as well. So from the day they were born, books have been a big part of their lives. And we would read them stories. We'd also make up stories. Their grandparents were also involved and love reading to them as well, and they still do. The kids were always given books as presents from birth, and each birthday they still get given books. It is something that they look forward to as a present, and it's a present that they cherish, which is really nice. So by surrounding the kids with books and giving them that exposure, when it came to learning to read when they started school, they were so familiar with books and how stories were written, and also had an interest and a want to be able to read them, that they entered the wonderful world of school with enthusiasm to want to learn to read. And they both picked it up pretty easy. It is a hard thing to do and something that takes a lot of practice, but I'm pretty sure that because they loved books and books were such a big part of their life, it really helped them to learn to read and also want to read. So why is it actually so important? Well, you will watch a video in a few minutes where Mem Fox talks about this, but there's another famous kids author, Paul Jennings, who also shares a very similar message. So he states on his website some of the important things of why reading to kids, or how you can get kids involved in reading. And one of them is read to your children from a very early age. This has enormous benefits. So some parents start when the child is in the womb. The children learn the language of books, which is different to the language of speech. They will learn new words. They will go to new places. But best of all, they will have fun. They will associate books with love if you are sitting there reading them to them and giving up your time for mutual enjoyment. You will have a set of books as something to bring enormous pleasure for the rest of their life.